This was supposed to be just another ride out through the Spanish mountains on Sunday, but shortly after setting off, I noticed my throttle was sticking. And then we began to run out of fuel, and we were running on fumes.
Petrol pump today, Hoy Cerrado, closed. We've got to go the other way.
And then, on the way home, as if to top it all off, we came across a mountain fire blazing in the distance.
Good morning all. Another Sunday, another ride out. Now it's August. So I'm in two minds to tell you where I'm going today, or the plan. First reason is because the last couple of times we went out, I've noticed a trend. And the trend is that where I tell you I'm going to go to, I actually never get there. So a couple of weeks ago, I said we're going to go to Riopa, and we didn't manage that. Last week, we were going to go to Tiscar, and we didn't do that. And therefore, this week I can tell you where I'm going to go, but I have a feeling I'm not going to get there. One fairly nice clean bike. Usual for fuel. 25. The other guys out today. I'm doing spill fuel over the edge.
Muchas gracias.
¿Dónde vais?
Pues no lo sé.
¿Estás perdido?
No tenemos seguro, pero creo que iremos hasta Gádor y luego subiremos por Santa Fe de Mondújar, Arabia, cruzaremos hasta Gérgalo por ahí.
Ajá.
Y desde Aulago, al lado de Jerga,
Ajá.
subiremos a Calarán.
Vale. Vamos a Treveles.
¿Vais a Treveles?
Ya. Para intentar.
Buena ruta, ¿eh?
Yeah,
Vais a
yeah.
entrar por la misma carretera, por
Sí.
Benadún, ¿no?
Ya. Ok, suerte.
Venga,
Hasta
buen
luego.
día.
After leaving the guys there, I set off to Orbox, met up with my friend, passing some lovely scenery, cute little towns as always. Then we turned off, left up to Serón, a little blast up the mountains there. I was going to go left here, but Jed didn't realise I was trying to stop him, so he carried on, and eventually I caught him up again. That's when I noticed my throttle was sticking, which is not good news. So we carried on up the mountains, got some nice shots of Jed, but he was going slow and his brake light was coming on, and I knew something was wrong. So this is when I thought, something's up, and he stopped.
Sounds serious.
Cleaned the visor this morning, but it's all snared and it keeps.
Right with the sun.
Fucking nice. Some of those corners are gone. You can see there.
I thought you were going slow and braking a lot.
Yeah, I was just being dazzled. It was just like catching the edge of the visor and just I couldn't see properly.
Yeah.
I'll follow you from here.
Yeah. It's conservation. You're going to go past the observatory
Yeah.
and go out that way and go down that way. We'll end up at that little cafe place we go on the roundabout.
Carrying on up the mountain, we turned right up towards the observatory, past a load of other bikers, which is always nice to see. Going down the other side, lovely sweeping bends, lovely scenery. And looking up there on the left, you can see the observatory from the mountain top where we came down. And looking ahead, you can see the mountains where we were heading, lovely twisty roads. And to go across to the other side of the valley where the low clouds will hopefully keep the temperatures down. So that was the mountain pass we came down. And then we headed down to the basin of Almeria and the lowlands. And there's the guys, they're the ones I saw at the petrol station. Fancy seeing them again. So blasting along here is great. I love these trees. Gives a very nice impression of speed. Coming down the other side of the mountain again, lovely shots of Jed. Almost banged into him a couple of times. Everything under control, obviously. Arrived at the local village down the bottom, saw some other bikers there, so we thought, well, we might as well stop and have something to eat because we were both starving, even though it was early.
It is really hot. Is it hot? It's like how many degrees? Like 80?
33.
33. So a cold cold Coke. And I'm going to have a tostada again, as usual. This guy's in the leather. A nice bite. Oh. Yeah, saying to me, I'm starving. It's only 11 o'clock. So yeah, tostada again. Is that the guys I met at the station? Those bikers are crazy.
Fucking big head. Did you see him roasting?
Really? Did it?
Voy a La Vega, que tengo ahí un parranga, me voy a sacar.
Ah, so it's just changing gear. So there you are. The staple diet of motorbikers. Was it motorbikers or motorcyclists? Come on, tell me, what is it?
Bikers.
Bikers?
Yeah.
So why do you have motorcycle and motorbike?
If you say motorbike, that's what your mum says. That's what your mum calls it, okay? So if you want to be gay,
There you are.
Thank you for clearing that up.
There you are. It's official. It's motorcycle.
Right, after a quick bite to eat, the scenery changed, went dry, then it was like lots of reeds in the riverbed there, dry riverbed. Jed had some problem with his brakes, his gloves. It was one of these problem days. The ABS was a bit harsh. So we stopped, tried to sort something out, trying to find a way on Google Maps, and decided this was the way. And here it got interesting because we caught up with a police car. The police car has got its flashing blue lights on, and there's a motorcyclist in front of him with his indicator on, and I thought the cop car was going to pull him over, but he wasn't. So we were going along, basically oblivious to the speed limit. Eventually this idiot pulled over. I told him he had his blinker going, indicators, and turned around and the cop car had gone. It just zoomed off up the mountainside, and so me and this VW Touareg, I think it was, we were just breaking the speed limit. We couldn't catch up to the police car, and it just went, and I now know why. So going up the villages, up the mountains, up and up, as usual. Beautiful scenery, one little village after another. And then we caught up with the VW Touareg again. So we followed him for a while. Ended up in the little villages that are quite famous in this area of Saron. Here's one here on the left. They dry all the ham on there. Really nice, beautiful whitewashed buildings, villages. Now here I've spotted a hotel, looked abandoned, and at this point Jed come up alongside me. Don't quite see it, but he's pointing at his petrol tank. It's basically saying, I'm empty, I've got no fuel left. So I thought, not to worry. Treveleth you can see in the distance there, not too far away, we'll find a petrol station there. That's what I thought. So Treveleth, beautiful place, highest little town in the Andalusian mountains. So we decided to stop. Jed's just pulled me over again just to say that he's running on fumes, so we decided to stop and look at Google Maps.
Let's see what Google Maps says. Let's see what Google Maps says about petrol.
fucking hope so, because I ain't got enough to get anywhere.
Right.
So after punching petrol stations into Google in Treveleth, it said there was one at the back. Obviously there wasn't. We wasted even more fuel riding around the village trying to find a petrol station. So then we found a local person. They told us in the next village or two down there's a petrol station. So here we are trying to coast along on fumes for Jed. I was okay, but he literally had his warning light had been on for ages. He had no petrol. He was on fumes.
Petrol pump today, Oi Cerrado, closed. Well, we've got to go the other way. Yeah. Yeah, I know. They're inside. They can,
Yeah.
Never mind. All right. Let's keep going. We've got going down the road to
next one, which is 10 kilometres. Just keep coasting.
So off we set again. This time on Google Maps, there was a petrol station around about 14 kilometres away. We didn't know if we were going to make it or not. It was like cruise control, trying to use the throttle as least possible. So eventually we popped around the corner and saw this.
Look at this. I bet he's got a really smiley, happy face on him. Do you have a happy face?
I don't.
I'd like to see where your petrol gauge would have been. Yeah, está el único gasolinero abierto en esta montaña, ¿sabes? That was good, eh? Were you on fumes?
The fuel light has been on 50 kilometres.
Wow. Oh well, we've done it now. Now it's time for me to fill up as well. I'm nearly on a quarter of a tank. The only gas station for miles around on the whole of this mountain range. We're treating ourselves to ice creams. You've gone for the dark chocolate one, haven't you? You like it dark? Dark chocolate, man.
I like it.
Look at this, like this is the view. Petrol puffs, yeah. Jed's happy now.
No.
Oh, that's nice.
I'll use that tank for getting back to where we're supposed to go. So, if we go straight on here, where does it take us?
We'll stay on this road, it'll take us to the witch's village. El Sopotoja, what they're called.
No riser.
No. God, it's deserved, didn't it?
Yeah. Please, man.
I don't think we're going to get to the petrol station. I thought you were going to run out. You only said you were on empty like ages ago, and we were going up the hill and you were coasting down.
I've been in top gear most of the way, so I keep going.
I thought you were going slow. We made
The
it.
second time he said that.
We made it. Wow, look at that full tank of fuel.
So, with the fuel tank full, off we set again, going back towards Trevelith, which is the point of the journey anyway. And obviously by the time we actually got back there, retracing our steps back along this beautiful ridge, avoiding the white car obviously, almost ahead on. Eventually ended up back at Trevelith, and we'd obviously run out of time by this point.
Alright, so petrol stop over and done with. Finally, Trevelith. And managed to stop here for a Coke. We probably have to go home now. We've got a 3-hour journey home. Still. So a few words to the camera, Jed.
No.
I'm going to go home now. 3 hours. You up? I'm looking at the view and Jed thinks I've lost my bike. I was looking at the view.
I thought you'd lost your bike.
No, I was looking at the view. Now I've got your ugly mush.
So, quick Coca-Cola stop. Basically we had to get on the bikes and get back. We were like 3.5 hours out. So it was late in the day. So last look at the village of Trevelith. Beautiful place. Unfortunately didn't have time to see it. And a lovely blast along the road carved into the side of the mountainside here. Back through the beautiful little villages and scenery. And then I started to smell smoke. I didn't know whether it's a forest fire or someone burning things, and as I got around the corner I saw a lot more smoke, and I knew something was a bit of a problem here.
Luckily, it seems to be away from the village.
helicopters now. There we go. Drop, drop, drop. Oh. Sorry, stopping the other one. Look. Wow, look at the helicopter go. They're just so skillful. Look like it's going to crash into.
Luckily, it wasn't a massive fire and everything looked fairly under control. There was a few planes and helicopters, so we set off again and off along the motorways, and then on the side tracks here with basically the scenery changes into the Tabernas desert and lack of rainfall. There's Sorbas with the houses perched on the ravine. Jed peeled off at this point. I then went off on my own and had a quick blast along the motorway to get home eventually at 5:30. So we've been riding from 8:30 in the morning till 5:30, so it was a really, really long day. So at this point I'm knackered, so I'm glad to get home.
All packed away. Until next week.
Hi all, well the ride was yesterday. Here I am back at home in the office doing another video for you all. I've got actually about 2.5 hours worth of video to edit, as you can see along here. I'm going to get that down to about 24 minutes if I can, so yeah, it's a lot of work. So hopefully you like the ride, like the video. Jed and Ron was running out of petrol, and then also the fire at the end was interesting to see as well. So I hope you appreciate the work we put in, or I put in, and if you do like it, give it a thumbs up, leave a message, give it a like, and yeah, even better if you can subscribe, fantastic. So I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully we'll be going to the beach next week, and so it'll be something slightly different. So yeah, subscribe, follow along. I'll see you soon. Thank you.